It's the Burner, man, back with Burner Talks. And today's subject is James Harden with the Clippers. Since he's joined, they are now 0-4, losing to a dismantled Memphis team that isn't very good right now. So the question is, should the Clippers be worried? Before we get into that, if you guys could, it would be greatly appreciated if you guys could hit that like button. Let's see if we can get to 20 likes before we get to 100 views on this video. It'd be greatly appreciated. But I'm going to be honest. I already said in my other video, if you want to click on that video on the top right, how I didn't think this whole Harden thing was going to work. I just don't feel like they're going to win a championship. But at this point, it feels worse than what I thought it was. Like the team just isn't meshing as of yet, which, it could take some time when you're playing with a new player, especially a superstar or a former superstar. Everybody's trying to learn their roles, but they just don't look good. And James Harden just doesn't look right. He doesn't look like he has his feet under him. He looks out of shape. He just does not look right with that being the case. And I just feel like kind of that Kawhi and all those guys are trying not to get on his bad side, trying to see how they can work together. And it's just not working as of yet. Do I think it's going to work? Yes, but I feel like they need to change just a couple of things. I know a lot of people might not agree with me, but I feel like James Harden should come off the bench. If you don't want to mess with his psyche and bring him off the bench, I feel like he should be the first one to take his rest. By that, I mean he can take his rest and play with the second unit. If you do that, you don't disrupt people like Paul George. Yes, Paul George had a great game last night, but he has been having bad games. And as of this pattern is, somebody is having a bad game with James Harden on the court. It's either Kawhi or Paul George, if not both. And I just feel like it's just not enough touches for everybody. If you bring James Harden off the bench or run him with the second unit, it will make everybody happy. Then at the end of the game, you can let Paul George or Kawhi do their thing, and he can be a spot up. And it'll just make everything smoother, in my opinion. Because at the beginning of the season, it was early talks of Paul George. He had the stats of MVP. MVP numbers. He was shooting almost over 50% from three. He was shooting over 50% from the field, 27 a game, and we just have not seen that Paul George since James Harden has got there. So this team is just not going to click if if Paul George and Kawhi are not playing at a high level. Everything after that has to fiddle down. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think this whole James Harden experiment is a W? Do you think it's an L? Should they be worried? Let me know all this in the comment section. Again, don't forget to like if you have not. And y'all already know who it is. Burn up.